Giving is often misunderstood as something reserved for those who have more. More money, more comfort, more security. Many people tell themselves, "I will give when I am wealthy," or "I will help others once my life is stable." Yet this way of thinking quietly delays one of the most meaningful acts a human being can do. True giving is not about excess. It is about intention. Giving according to one's ability means understanding that generosity is not measured by the size of what we give, but by the sincerity behind it. A small act, offered with a sincere heart, can carry more value than a large donation given without feeling. History and everyday life repeatedly show us this truth. The highest value of giving is often found not in abundance, but in scarcity. When we give while we are struggling, when we share even though we feel uncertain about tomorrow, that act becomes a reflection of faith, courage, and compassion. It shows that our hearts are not ruled by fear of lack, but guided by trust and empathy. In moments of hardship, giving becomes an act of resistance against despair. It is a declaration that kindness still has a place, even when life feels heavy. Waiting until we feel ready to give can be dangerous. Comfort has a way of making us forget the pain of others. Once life becomes easier, the urgency to help often fades, replaced by excuses and calculations. We begin to measure our generosity instead of feeling it. But when we give during difficulty, there is no calculation, only sincerity. Giving does not always mean money. Sometimes it is time, attention, effort, or a simple act of care. A warm meal shared, a listening ear offered, or help given without being asked, these are forms of charity just as powerful as wealth. What matters is not how much we give, but how much of ourselves we are willing to offer. There is also a quiet transformation that happens within us when we give in hardship. It humbles us. It reminds us that we are not the center of the world, and that others carry burdens as heavy or heavier than our own. It teaches gratitude, patience, and resilience. Giving, in this sense, does not make us poorer. It makes us deeper. Those who give only when they have excess may never truly experience the essence of generosity. But those who give while lacking understand something rare. That provision does not come solely from what we own, but from what we are willing to share. In the end, giving is not a transaction. It is a statement of values. It says that kindness matters more than comfort, that compassion is stronger than fear, and that humanity is at its best when we choose to care, even when it is difficult. There is a simple parable that helps us understand this truth more clearly. Imagine you only have 10 coins. Giving away 5 of them feels light, even natural. You still see what remains in your hand, and the act feels manageable. Now imagine you have 1,000 coins. Giving away 500 suddenly feels heavy. The amount is larger, the attachment is stronger, and hesitation begins to appear. This comparison reveals something important. The weight of giving is not always proportional to what we own. Often, the more we have, the harder it becomes to let go. Abundance can quietly strengthen our attachment, making generosity feel like loss rather than purpose. When we have little, giving teaches us trust. We give not because we feel safe, but because we believe that kindness will not leave us empty. But when we have much, giving challenges our sense of control. It forces us to confront a deeper question. Do we own our possessions, or do they own us? This is why giving during hardship carries such a profound value. It is not only an act of helping others, but also an act of freeing ourselves. We loosen our grip on fear, on excess, and on the illusion that security comes solely from what we keep. Those who learn to give when they have little often become the most generous when they have more. Their hearts are already trained to let go. Meanwhile, those who wait for abundance may discover that no amount ever feels enough to give comfortably. Giving early, giving sincerely, and giving according to our ability shapes our character long before it changes our circumstances. It reminds us that generosity is not built by wealth, but by willingness. And in that willingness, even the smallest act can carry a meaning far greater than numbers can measure. So do not wait to have more. Give with what you have today, because sometimes, the smallest gift given in hardship carries the greatest meaning of all.